Hey, what's up, everybody? So today was day 2 of Packers OTAs, and today the reporters were able to be at practice, so we sort of have some information from what was basically happening there. I already put out a video in the past hour or so with some highlights from today, but now I sort of want to discuss a few different things that did take place today, mainly from Twitter. The reporters who were there all sort of break down some different things that were happening on day 2 of Packers OTAs, and I don't believe they'll be able to have access on Thursday when the next day is. That's what I'm pretty sure is going to happen. So today we'll get to learn a lot, and who knows, the next time we'll be able to see, more into, all that's happening at these Packers practices. And if you guys are new to the channel, I put out Packers content almost every single day, news, updates, all that kind of stuff. So if you want to see that and stay up to date, make sure you guys turn on the notifications and subscribe to the channel as well. So first off here from Wes Hodquits on Twitter, we have Matt LaFleur says he talked to Aaron Rodgers last night to update him on where the team is, go over some tweaks. He's in great spirits. I wouldn't anticipate seeing him this week. So Aaron Rodgers was not at Packers OTAs at all so far this week, and Matt LaFleur doesn't expect him to be here the rest of the week, and I honestly don't think it's too, that big of a deal. Lots of these rookies are coming in, they're having to learn the system and do all those kinds of things, and so I think that if Aaron Rodgers really thought that him coming to OTAs would, give the Packers some huge advantage when it came to the season, I feel like he would come, but I honestly think to him, he's done it for so long, I don't think it's that big a deal, but he is not here, and we'll see when he does end up showing up. He may come for mandatory minicamp. He did discuss that on the Pat McAfee show a couple weeks ago, so we'll see there. Then moving on here from Ryan Wood. He says, Matt LaFleur says it's a big offseason for Jordan Love. It's a great opportunity for him. He hasn't probably gotten the number of reps that anybody would like. LaFleur says it helps Love to have more time in Packers offense entering his third season. So just like last offseason when Aaron Rodgers, wasn't showing up to any of the, offseason workouts, Jordan Love had lots and lots of reps, which clearly I think helps him in his development. The more snaps he gets, the better he's going to play, I think, obviously. And so this week he has been the guy who has been able to have a majority of the reps. And now entering his third season, it's going to be interesting to see sort of where he goes from here, what the Packers decide to do, because that's one question people have is, should the Packers trade Jordan Love because Aaron Rodgers has his new contract here in Green Bay. And right now, I still think it makes sense to hold on to Jordan Love. He's been here for 2 years. The Packers still need to have a backup quarterback. We, of course, still have Kurt Benkert as well. But I think right now, for Jordan Love, I feel like you'd be better off to trade him maybe after the preseason if you had a good preseason. But at the same time, I think it just makes sense right now just to hold on to Jordan Love. Then moving on, we have another one from Ryan Wood saying, not even 5 minutes into this OTA practice, and Packers' new special team coordinator, Rich Bisaccia, is barking at punt team about how to break the huddle, drill sergeant mentality. So, considering just how bad the Packers' special team unit was last year, Maurice Drayton was let go, Rich Bisaccia was brought in, who is sort of seen around the league as one of the better special teams coaches. So I'm hoping with Rich Bisaccia here, with him coming in and mixing up his Packers special teams unit, hopefully the Packers unit will be better this year. And honestly, from what I've seen so far, he seems like a great coach, and hopefully he'll be able to get the best out of all these players. Then moving on, another from Ryan Wood saying David Bakhtiari and Elgton Jenkins are at Packers OTAs. Bakhtiari is in shorts and no jersey on the sideline. Jenkins is in his jersey on the sideline and going through rehab on his torn ACL. So for this Packers O-line, we're still dealing with injuries. As we did last year, we thought maybe Bakhtiari would come back sometime early in the season, maybe mid-season. Of course, that didn't happen, and he really, struggled the entire year with that injury. Now Elgton Jenkins, of course, with last year having the same injury, he's still rehabbing that as well. So even though they're not able to fully practice, Jenkins on the sideline rehabbing his ACL, so hopefully he'll be able to heal as quickly as possible. Then another from Ryan Wood here, at @Ryan Wood on Twitter. Packers not at today's voluntary OTAs include Aaron Rodgers, which we already discussed, Jair Alexander, Rasul Douglas, Rashawn Gary, Jonathan Garvin, and Preston Smith. And honestly, I don't think it's too big of a deal. These guys are probably, training on their own and feel like they'll be able to, do enough over there. So I don't think it's a problem. Just something interesting to point out. And then here we have from Ryan Wood, Packers rookie Christian Watson working with Randall Cobb on starting offense with Jordan Love at QB. So it's going to be interesting, as I discussed yesterday, to sort of watch this Packers wide receiver battle. Because with Devontae gone, there's lots of targets open. There's lots of opportunity there. And there's lots of players who I think could come in and potentially, fill that opportunity. Christian Watson being one, Sammy Watkins being another. Then another from Ryan Wood, which you should go follow Ryan Wood on Twitter if you haven't. He has lots of Packers updates on Twitter, so go follow him. Packers' first offensive line, Josh Nijman, John Runyon, Josh Myers, Royce Newman, and Cole Van Lennon. So none of the rookies were out there, which makes sense. They're going to take some time to probably be thrown into the lineup. But with Bakhtiari and Elgton Jenkins both on the sideline, this is the group they decided to go with. And looking at, coming into the season, it's probably going to be Bakhtiari left tackle, maybe John Runyon left guard, Josh Myers center, Royce Newman right guard, depending on, Zach Tom and Sean Ryan. Who knows how fast those two offensive linemen who were drafted this year will develop. Maybe they could come in and replace John Runyon or a Royce Newman. We don't exactly know. And then also at right tackle, it could be Josh Nyman, but also too maybe some of these rookies have a shot as well, maybe even Cole Van Landen. So there's lots of, uncertainty when it comes to the offensive line and exactly how it's going to look this season. And I feel like we won't find out until, training camp comes, and we'll see sort of who rises to the top. Then we have another one from Ryan Wood. Pretty much most of these tweets are from Ryan Wood. Packers working Kenny Clark quite a bit at 3 tech, TJ Slayton at nose, with Jaron Reed at defensive end. So there's no question, looking at this Packers defensive line, we're going to be much improved, I think, from last year. Adding, or TJ Slayton coming into his second year, he was looking pretty good in the small snaps that he did play last year. Adding Jaron Reed from the Kansas City Chiefs, who's been in the league for a while, a nice veteran presence. And then I think the biggest one, coming in and drafting Devontae Wyatt, having him there inside along Kenny Clark. I'm excited to see sort of how this group meshes together. Then here we have from Ryan Wood, Packers inside linebacker Devondre Campbell almost intercepted a high Jordan Love pass in the short middle to Christian Watson. Campbell squeezed his forearm after fighting for the football with Watson, but stayed on the field and appears fine. So with Devondre Campbell signing that 5-year, $50 million contract, the Packers are set at middle linebacker, and then adding Quay Walker as well. Another huge, I think, boost on this defense, another position where I think the Packers are going to thrive in 2022. And then to finish it off here, we have for Matt Schneidman, 2 straight impressive pass breakups for Darnell Savage Jr. during team with Jordan Love throwing. First one guarding Daphne, second one DeGuara. Love responds with a great touch pass over the middle to Eli Wolf for a big gain. So Darnell Savage having some nice plays out there. Jordan Love also throwing a nice pass to Eli Wolf for a big gain. So those are the main things I saw from Packers OTAs. I'm hoping that we'll get to see more and more as the weeks go by. I'm just not exactly sure, which days the reporters are able to be there, because they weren't able to be there yesterday. They were today, and that's why we have all this information. So stay tuned for more Packers news. If you haven't subscribed, feel free to subscribe down below. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time.